As we all know, there are many abandoned places that are open to the public, and some that are not. There are those that people go to specifically to get a thrill, or maybe they just want to see what's inside. Either way, it can be exciting to explore these places. But some of them have a creepy backstory, or have something sinister about them that makes people wonder if they should really be going there in the first place. Today I'm going to tell you about one of these places, a school that is still haunted by the children that attend it. So, turn off the lights, grab your flashlights because we're going into the haunted school where children still scream. Before I start, make sure you subscribe so you won't miss out on any stories. The Waverly Hills Sanatorium is a building located in Louisville, Kentucky. It was built in 1910 as a tuberculosis sanatorium. The 360-acre complex had modern amenities such as an X-ray machine, which was one of the first ever installed in a hospital, as well as an elevator, which was the only one of its kind in the state at the time. These advancements were supposed to help treat patients and make their stay more comfortable, but they never did. Between 1911 and 1924, over 60,000 people were admitted to Waverly Hills, and only half of them survived. The facility was closed in 1961 after a new hospital opened nearby with better technology and more advanced equipment. After sitting vacant for several years, the building was purchased by the Children's Home Association in 1974 and turned into an orphanage. Unfortunately, it didn't last long because 4 years later, in 1978, the place was shut down after being investigated for claims of abuse. In 1985, the Waverly Hills Sanatorium was sold again and became a part of the 7 Counties Services mental health facility. Several more investigations took place during this time due to reports of mistreatment towards patients. By the 1990s, most of the buildings on the property were demolished, and the remaining structures were renovated and reopened as office space in 2001. But even then, there were still issues regarding safety concerns and environmental contamination from chemicals used during the site's previous operations as a hospital. Despite all this, it's still possible to visit today if you dare. But when you do, be prepared for an experience like no other. There have been many reports over the years of strange activity taking place at Waverly Hills. Some say they've seen ghosts wandering around the halls or standing at windows looking out onto the grounds below. Others claim to have heard disembodied voices or footsteps echoing through the empty rooms. And some have even experienced sudden drops in temperature when walking past certain areas, suggesting that spirits may linger here. There are 3 main ghosts that are said to haunt the school. The first is a little girl who is often seen standing at the end of one of the hallways. She is always wearing a white dress and has long flowing hair. Some say she was a patient here who died from tuberculosis, while others believe she was a nurse who lost her life during an experiment gone wrong. Whatever the case may be, she seems to be friendly and has never done any harm to visitors. In fact, some have reported seeing her playing with children on the playground, or joining them for a game of tag. The second ghost is that of a young boy named Timmy. He is said to appear as an apparition standing next to his bed in room 503. If you look closely, you might notice that he has no face. This is because before coming to Waverly Hills, Timmy lived a normal life, until one day when he decided to play hide-and-seek with his friends. He hid in an abandoned house where an electrical fire had occurred recently and was electrocuted. When his friends came looking for him, they found him burnt beyond recognition. Now, unable to move on because of how he died, he is forever trapped here. Finally, there is the ghost of a pregnant woman. No one knows who she is or where she came from, but she is often seen wandering around the maternity ward on the top floor, searching for her lost child. It is believed that she and her baby died during childbirth, but this has never been confirmed. Sometimes visitors have reported hearing the sound of a baby crying or laughing, and some have even claimed that they felt someone trying to push their way out of their body. So now you know some of the background behind this scary place, and some of the ghosts that are said to haunt it. But I want to hear from you. Have you ever been to Waverly Hills? If so, share your experiences in the comments below. If you haven't, would you ever go there? Let me know. Now let's move on to the next location, the Waverly Hills Sanatorium. I bet you didn't think there were multiple places called Waverly Hills, but there is another one. This one is located near the town of High Point in North Carolina. It was constructed in 1912 and served as a tuberculosis sanatorium for over 50 years. Throughout its history, it treated more than 2,500 patients with this disease. But unfortunately, only half of them survived. In 1965, the facility was converted into an acute care hospital. However, by 1976, it had become obsolete and was replaced by a newer medical center. The old building stood abandoned for several years until finally, in 1983, it was demolished. Here, although most of the structure is gone, there is still a small section standing, which serves as a reminder to those who knew about this sad place. Even though it's been empty for decades, rumors persist that ghosts still linger within its walls. People report hearing screams in the night coming from inside the derelict building. Some say the spirits are angry because they were never able to rest in peace. Others claim that the ghosts are simply trapped here due to unfinished business. Whatever the case may be, it's clear that these unhappy souls have no plans of leaving anytime soon. There have also been reports of shadowy figures seen running along the hallways or standing at the windows overlooking the grounds below. Many who have visited say they could feel a cold presence watching them closely, as if someone were standing right behind their shoulder. With all these terrifying stories in mind, you might wonder if it's safe to explore this abandoned sanatorium. Well, although nothing concrete has ever happened, some argue that the risk is simply too great and advise against entering its boundaries altogether. After all, who knows what kind of malevolent spirits could be lurking around every corner? I don't know about you, but I would definitely stay away from this place. But if you're feeling brave, here's what you need to know before going. The best time to visit is during the day when there is still natural light. This will help you spot any potential dangers and also keep the spirits at bay. You should also bring a flashlight with you, as some parts of the building can be very dark. In addition, wear sturdy shoes and clothes that cover your skin. Lastly, make sure you don't bring anything valuable or sentimental that you wouldn't want to lose. If you decide to go exploring, please use caution and respect the property. Do not disturb any of the items left behind or vandalize the walls and floors. Remember, this was once a hospital where people came to heal, and it deserves to be treated with respect. Taking photos is fine as long as you do unused flash photography, as this can be seen as disrespectful. Lastly, if you plan to stay for a while, make sure to bring plenty of water and snacks so you don't get dehydrated or hungry. It's important to take care of yourself while exploring any abandoned location. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever been to the Waverly Hills Sanatorium? If so, share your experiences in the comments below. No, if you haven't, would you ever go there? Let me know. Waverly Hills Sanatorium is a sobering reminder of the past, a place where thousands of lives were lost and the suffering of many continues to this day. Exploring such a place can be both fascinating and humbling, but it's important to remember that there are real stories behind the walls. It may seem like an adventure, but we must always remain respectful when visiting these kinds of locations. Thank you for listening, and please like and share if you enjoyed the story. Till next time, stay safe, and don't forget to subscribe for more spooky tales.